preserve freedom and liberty, including the freedom of religion, you have to allow people to say and do things that you find abhorrent. And you can't react every time you're insulted. I mean, that's the first thing we all have to teach our children. And I don't mean to compare the people rioting against us in Cairo or anywhere else to as children. That's not the point. The point is, if you live in a shame-based society where you think nothing good's going to happen, the temptation is to wait for somebody to say something you find offensive, then you can lash out against it. But free people, Mandela, absorb destructive things and refuse to be destroyed. There's a child here. I mean, not a child, young woman. I don't know if you've seen her. The disabled Chinese, but you've seen her, right? I went to her village. I was in her home in 1998 as president. The great honor, right? Not for her. Her parents were required to take her upstairs and hide her, leave her on the bed upstairs, because they lived in a culture that thought there was something wrong with disabilities. And that young girl waited until this spring, when I had the CGIU at George Washington University to meet me for the first time. I was in her home. Now, what did she do? She decided not to be a victim. She decided to become an advocate for women, an advocate for the disabled. She married a fine man who now carries her around and everything. She made the most of her life. That's what we've got to deal with. Yes, Americans don't understand all Muslim countries as well as we should. But they need to understand us and themselves. You cannot live in a shame-based world. You won't make it in the 21st century. There's too much diversity. There's too much stuff going on the internet. You've got to be able to say, if you believe in Islam, that I believe in a God and a prophet strong enough to withstand the criticisms of petty, narrow-minded, mean-spirited people. I believe that the cultural crassness I abhor will in the end fall before the values that I exalt. We've got to liberate people. We can't keep, all of us being as predictable as a doorbell. Punch us and you get the response you know. That's what I want them to know about America. We're not perfect in that, but we're trying to be that.